if you're seeing this video, you are more than likely a seer. And we are going to go over the top gifts to prove if you are. And I want to make this very clear. Just because you have some of these gifts does not mean that you are a seer or a prophet. It really could just mean that you are you have the Holy Spirit in you to a capacity that most other Christians do not. And because of this, the gifts that you have acquired from the Holy Spirit can confuse you and trick you into thinking that you are a seer, right? So, number one sign that you know if you are a seer is that if you walk into a room and you can legitly physically feel the presence of a spirit, then you could possibly be a seer. See, with seers, we can legitly discern what kind of spirits are in the room. We can discern if it's a Leviathan spirit, if it is a Jezebel spirit. We can discern which spirits people are operating out of, whether it be resentment, jealousy, unforgiveness. We are able to feel this in the atmosphere, and we are able to operate accordingly to how we feel, right? Because everything is spiritual. The physical world is just a byproduct of the spiritual world. So wherever you are spiritually is the direction you are going to go. But with seers, we've been given a gift. This is why if you are a seer and you have these, you have no excuse to not operate in the fruits of the Spirit, because you have been given this gift to see these spirits and how they operate, how disgusting they are, what they lead to. Correct? So God has given you the gift to operate in the fruits of the Spirit everywhere you go, so that you are more easily able to do the job which God has required you to do. You're able to maneuver accordingly or appropriately around the people that you are around, correct? So, 2, because you can physically feel these spirits, a lot of times it can physically affect you. It can physically affect your physical health. So sometimes when you walk into a room, you can feel dizzy. If there's a demonic spirit around, you can feel dizzy. Sometimes you feel like you want to faint. Sometimes you can go into an asthma attack. Sometimes you can, all sorts of things. You have to pay attention to your body, but you know this, that if you walk past a person with a demon, sometimes when I walk past a person with a demon, I get a shiver up my spine, and I do that and I can't help it. This is legit. I've done this many times where I walk past a person with a demon and I'm like, don't do it, because I already know. And then I walk in their presence and I'm, ooh, like that. I can't help it. So you can legitly feel it, and it physically affects your body. Now, number 2, you can see these spirits, right? So seers see the spiritual realm. And a lot of times it's very hard to explain what it is that we mean, because we've never been able to not see it. So we don't know what it's like to just simply physically see the world. People who do not have the gift of a seer or a prophet, they see things, I guess you could say, of how it is. And a good example I could give you, because I had a dream recently, right? And in this dream, I just made a video about it. It was a dream, God telling me that they're doing witchcraft on me. This lady, she's got a plate of baked goods and food. When you eat food, we all know what that means. It means that, witchcraft. So she's got a plate of food of like cinnamon rolls, and she's giving it to everybody, right? But then she purposefully skips me. Okay, she doesn't give me a cinnamon roll. See, a lot of people who do not have the gift, who are not operating in the gifts of a seer, might think, well, maybe she just forgot. Maybe she didn't mean to. Maybe there's a reason. They cannot figure out why it is that they did that, but a seer instantly knows. A seer knows in the Spirit, feels in the Spirit, sees in the Spirit why they did it, and it is because they are operating out of a jealous spirit, or they are operating out of an unforgiveness spirit, and they are doing that out of spite, just to get under our skin, because these demons, they know, these demons inside of people, these spiritual forces, these negative spiritual forces, know that we know, correct? So what they're going to do is, a lot of people don't even know, these people don't see in the spiritual world, so they don't understand that they are being manipulated by demonic forces or these spiritual forces. They just think this is who they are, right? They just think this is their personality. But what they will start to hear, because the demons know that we know, the demons will start saying things like, he knows that you're operating, or he knows that you're jealous. He knows that you don't like him. He knows this, he knows that. But they're not going to say, hey, we're demons and we just want to let you know that we have observed this guy and he has this gift. I just want to let you know that he knows this, so attack him because you're working for Satan. That's not how it is. Most people who are working for Satan don't even know that they're working for Satan, right? They're just influenced by demonic spirits because they're not covered in the blood of Christ. They and they don't have that veil lifted to be able to see the spiritual world. Now, Christians in general can see the spiritual world, and this is why I say it can get kind of confusing to people that people want to be seers, people want to be prophets, right? Let me just kind of detach from everything that I'm saying right now and make you understand something, right? People who are seers and who are prophets have very hard lives, right? People who are seers and prophets, we appreciate the gifts that the Lord has given us, right? But it comes with a price. We are heavily attacked by people. We are heavily attacked by demonic forces. We are heavily attacked. People try to throw witchcraft on us. We are heavily attacked in the sense that they will try to spread rumors about us, destroy our character, gossip about us. They'll gang stalk you. Prophets and seers have very hard lives. So everyone that's like, I want to be a seer or a prophet, you might not. And it's because you might not be able to handle it. You might just not be the person that's able to handle that type of that type of resentments from other people and being that disliked. You might not be able to handle it, but that is another sign that you are a seer. You have had a really, really hard life. All of your friends, even your family, have turned on you. They've gotten jealous of you. They will bash you behind people. They'll gossip about you. They'll, like I said, they'll spread rumors. So they'll turn on you and they'll just do it randomly, right? People who you'll meet, they'll like you for a month. And it has nothing to do with the fact that you're not kind. It has nothing to do with the fact that you're annoying or rude or whatever. It's just that you are operating on a level in the Holy Spirit that these people are not operating in. Okay? You are seeing things at a level that these people are not seeing things in. You are operating at a level of faith that these people are not operating in. Correct? So they will get jealous of this. They will start to believe, oh, you think that you're better than me. All these things, when really you don't. And in fact, because you're a seer, because you're a prophet, you put them above you. So that's the funny thing about being a seer and a prophet, is people will say, oh, you think you're better than me, but what's funny is you're selfless and you put people above you, right? That's why you've been chosen. You are a selfless individual, but these demons will speak lies into these people and say, oh, they think they're better than you or whatever. These demons will turn people against you, correct? So you've had a very hard life and people turn on you. They do witchcraft on you. Okay. So what have we gone over? Physically, you can feel it. Now, dreams. You have very, very, very vivid dreams. I just had a very vivid dream, last night, the night before last. And in this dream, the person handed me the plate of food with, I ate it, but I ate it out of spite, which is I cursed myself. And that's what we can do. We can curse ourselves by not acting in love. And then in that dream, someone said, who knows the story of Jonah? And I said, I do. And I got up and I preached the story of Jonah. And that next morning, God interpreted to me what that dream had meant. You have very vivid dreams. God tells you in your dreams what people are doing to you. God tells you in your dreams what things of the future. And seers can have those dreams, but that's more of a prophet thing, because there's a difference between seers and prophets. Now, seers typically get their revelations through sight, through seeing the spiritual world, whereas in prophets legitly communicate with the Lord. Prophets legitly receive messages from the Lord. When they look at a person, like a person who is a seer can look at someone and say, visually, I see in the spirit that this person is dealing with the spirit of lust, right? And you immediately know the Holy Spirit through your sight of the spiritual world can tell you, this person's dealing with this spirit, cast it out. Or the reason why this person is acting this way is because, so you see in the spirit, the Holy Spirit talks to you through your eyes, whereas in prophets are spoken to through their ears. And prophets now can be spoken through their eyes and their ears. This is why Paul says to be the top thing that you want to be, right, is a prophet. Aspire to be a prophet, because prophets have a huge variety of gifts. Typically, prophets can work in every single gift, correct? So dreams. Okay, so dreams, you will see dreams. Sometimes you will have visions, right? So you will be near a person, you'll walk into a person's presence, and bam, you'll see something. I will give you an example. I went to church. It was a while ago. Okay, it wasn't like 2-3 years, but it was a while ago. I went to this church. It was a new church, and there was this lady there. And as I was standing next to her, I just kept seeing an ambulance, and I kept seeing a fire truck and sirens. I kept popping in my head. So at the end of the sermon, I looked at her. I said, "Hey, I keep seeing in the spirit these fire trucks and these ambulances and everything." She's like, "No, well, nothing's happened." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I kept seeing that in the spirit." 2 months later, I go back to the church again. She finds me and she said, "I've been looking for you." And she said, "Because you told me about that, I have been prepared." She wasn't scared, but she's like, "I have been prepared. I've been preparing myself for an emergency. I've been doing all these things of what I would do in an emergency. My niece was attacked by a dog and she almost went to sleep, right?" And she told me, she said, "I've been looking for you." She said, your vision saved my niece's life," is what she said. How exactly it played out, I don't know, but this is what she said to me. She ran up to me and said, "Your vision saved my niece's life." So these types of things will happen. You'll encounter these things. You'll see in the spirit these little visions. Also, a lot of people talk about being an empath, right? This is more of a seer gift. Okay. Being an empath, you are literally able to feel the pain and suffering of another person. I don't mean you just have regular sympathy. What I mean is when you are in their presence, you literally on every level feel exactly what they're feeling. And there's a reason for this. God commands us to love. God needs seers and prophets to have empathy. How else are we going to work in these gifts if we don't work in love and we don't function in empathy? Why would we even go out and want to pray for people? Why would we even want to go out and tell them visions or anything like that? We wouldn't. So we operate in this extreme spirit of empathy, and that can be very stressful sometimes. It can be tiresome, it can be burdensome, because you're just trying to live your life. Meanwhile, you go to this person, you're talking to this person, and something horrible just happened in your life and you feel it. It's like, dude, I didn't so you pray for them, you do what you need to do. You're very sensitive in the spirit. So if you have all of those gifts of being a seer, my friend, you are a seer. And people will say random things to you. People have walked up to me randomly that I've never met and said, "Hey, you're a prophet. You're a seer." Now, being a prophet, I don't know. I know, I've always known that there's something that has been different about me since I was a child, and the devil has always attacked me to go down a wrong path. I've always known there's something been different about me since I was a child spiritually. So if I'm a prophet, I don't know. That's what people have said to me, but it doesn't matter, because it's not about me. It's about you right now and you figuring out who you are. You're going to be highly attacked wherever you go. You are. This is just something that you're going to have to learn to deal with. You are going to be highly attacked by the people around you everywhere you go. You're going to be gang stalked, everything. So you're just going to have to get used to being isolated. I wouldn't say alone, because you're never alone. You always have the Holy Spirit. He is always in your presence. You always talk to him. And that's another big thing that the Lord wants, is he wants us seers to be able to build a connection with him to a degree where we're never alone. We know that we're never alone, right? Why we love the Lord so much. We've been through so many hard things. We've seen him work miraculously in our lives. So this is God's goal for seers ultimately, is to build our faith, right? We have to do the mission. His ultimate goal is to work through us, to pray for people, to guide people, to lift people up, to edify, um, different things. So be happy that you do. Be grateful that God has given you these gifts, but I do understand. I promise you, it's hard. It's really hard. And you're always going to struggle with this. So you're not alone. There are people, seers, that are struggling with the same thing that you're struggling with, right? But guess what? There's one thing. You are called to be a leader. Okay? You're called to be a leader. You're not a follower. The devil has always lied to you and tried to convince you that you're a follower. You are not a follower. You are a leader. And you need to break out of that, because at some point in your life, the devil did something. The devil worked through somebody, whatever, to make you believe that you're a follower, brought your self-esteem down, did something. It is your job to go back in the past, figure out what that was, and heal from it. Heal from it, because you are called to be a leader. 100%. If you struggle with an extreme amount of shyness or anything, I'm telling you, that's the devil lying to you. You are way more competent, way more smart than you think you are. Okay? The devil is a liar. Let the Lord speak to you. Let the Lord speak through you. Right? What did he tell the apostles? He said, do not fear what you're going to say, because the Holy Spirit will speak for you. What did he tell Moses? Did you create your mouth? No, I created your mouth, right? The Holy Spirit will speak for you. So stop getting so caught up in, oh, well, I can't speak that well. And listen, yes, you can, or else you wouldn't have been called to be a seer, my friend, or a prophet. You wouldn't have been called to do these things if you couldn't speak, right? Now, Moses, he did have a hard time speaking, and he did send Aaron to help him, correct? But he could have. He could have. But God, he had grace on him and just sent Aaron, right? So anyways, God bless you guys. Love you guys. Please subscribe. Please like. I'm so grateful for y'all. I'm so grateful for you guys. And y'all have a good day. I pray that God blesses you this week. I pray that he reveals more things to you guys. And I'm here for you. My email is down below. If you need anything, please email me. If you need to talk, I will do my absolute best to get back to you. Okay? So subscribe, like, email me, whatever you want to do.